Hello there, YouTube. This is Sibbles and Bits back at it again with Inkbound. Today's Tuesday, so we're going to be playing some Mosscloak. Just a reminder that if you want any sort of like topic or whatever to get added to the list for Sit Down Saturday, be sure to leave that down in the comments below. And also just sort of a, community interaction slash discussion. Uh, do you ingest caffeine? And how do you ingest caffeine? The kind of an odd question, but like, are you like a tea person, a coffee person? Do you not ingest caffeine at all? If so, kudos to you. Me personally, I'd prefer not to, but I survive off energy drinks at work. Mainly because I used to be on third shift and was voluntold to come on to first shift, and I've just never been the same since. Otherwise, recreationally, I drink, the Lord's Nectar, Dr. Pepper, complete with a blend of 23 flavors. And I'd like to say that I don't really get caffeine out of that, but that's obviously a lie because there's caffeine in it. But I feel like I've just like built an immunity to caffeine and retroact, or like when you're drinking so many energy drinks, the 41 milligrams per can is doesn't really do much for you when you only drink like two of those a day. Anyways, um, let's go ahead and get started here at least. I feel like we should go to Argoloth and try and get this critical hits quest. I keep saying that critical hits feel like absolute ass after the changes because like the crit percentage has gone down. And I feel like I need to like put that to a little bit more of a test, but like mathematically, as you may have seen on the Sit Down Saturday video, the new values are just horrendous. they're absolutely they're technically not better than the alternative by like 1/5. Meaning like critical bonk is nowhere near just adding like 15 damage to bonk. And it's supposed to be the whole idea of, well, if you prime crits, then you get more damage. Cool, I can't prime crits every turn unless I have counter assistance. So I'm still better off taking 15 base damage if I'm priming crits. I don't know. I feel like I have to give it like a couple more good goes because I do also recognize that critical chance is like an exponential investment. So simply having access to crit augs, like we lost crit chance, which means that it happens significantly less, but we gain crit damage. I still don't think that that counteracts anything, but as far as like the game plays, it might mean that getting one crit is enough to kill like say 3 trash mobs. And so that's going to make a considerable difference because that saves a will, which means that we can do more damage to things that actually need damage dealt to them. Hope that that makes sense. Basically the breakpoint theory, right? If a critical hit allows me to meet a breakpoint and therefore save will because I don't have to attack an enemy twice, then that's a benefit. Now, how much exactly is plus 4% going to help us on that? I don't think it is at all. Like, technically speaking, it happens 50% more often because your base crit is like 8%, but I don't know, man. I just don't know. Swift Hair isn't bad. Swift Hair is CDR, which is incredible. Beat of Ivy seems pretty good too because that is it's just good single target damage, and it's a way to solve bosses. Unstable circuitry, like being able to trade health, like so Mosscloak has a huge problem with defense, and so unstable circuitry just like even that one shielding will help you significantly in your trades throughout the run because it'll probably save you at least 10 health. At least. Because you trade occasionally here and there. which makes it a little rough. What are our mods in our book? Got gunk filled. I think that's okay. I'm not sure that we're good at AoE to want to go to Radiant Market, but it's a possibility. Vengewood, I think we're good, but overstimulated, that might be a reason actually to take Unstable Circuitry, because we'd be able to guarantee to proc it. Still doesn't quite fit the bill, if you will. Adds a lot of damage, especially if we get some ability power. Then we would probably look for something along the lines of like Misting Bells to also give us a shield, or find another way to produce a shield. We could do it on Shielding Dash. There's a handful of other relics that also give us shielding in the turn. And then if we go ahead and pick up a second orb, which would probably have to come from either Pilfer or Blink, then we can go ahead and knock down our shields again, and then we can get another stack of Smite. Once you get up to like 2 Smites, or like, around 100 damage, that's pretty good in the first book, and it's okay in the second book. Like, you can take care of quite a few trash mobs, or at least reduce them to a point to where, again, you're saving that will by only using one attack. Otherwise, I really don't feel good about overstimulated on Mosscloak, simply because we're probably going to end up trading quite a bit. But I also don't necessarily like Ink Shield, especially with Giannis. However, we do have a Beat of Ivy. Beat of Ivy solves Giannis. The only thing that I don't like about Ink Shield, and this is the deal, they gain their DR before, like, at their turn. That's when it'll, like, kick in. So, or it's, like, in the ordering, it happens at the start of a turn. If that makes... God, how do I say that? Enemies will have this DR when dots hit them. So if we're thinking that we're probably going to go into a dot-centric build, which most people think of with Mosscloak, either you go in for the bleed on your... Okay. I don't know why I was getting a call from that number. Anyways, you're either going for a bleed-centric build and scaling physical power, or you're going for poisons and going for the green 6 if they don't have poison, otherwise +2. And you might actually end up going in for the, when you crit, you gain 15 poison on Ascension on throw as well. So, if you take Ink Shield, they will always have 40 resist against you. So you have to counteract that with either plus damage taken on, in this case it would have to be Poison Vapor, or Incendiary if you end up with that to counteract that resist, or you have to just deal that much damage, or you get like Poison Heart, because that is, what, plus 35%? So then that would negate this. If we end up doing a DOT build, this is actually just going to straight up screw us, is what I'm trying to explain here. So I would rather not lose 40% of my DOT damage if I'm going to end up in DOTs. So I would want DOTs if I was going to go up against Giannis. So it pretty much says this book is not an option in shorter words. So then we're looking at overstimulated in Vengewood or Radiant Market. I'm not sure I appreciate any of those. We could take Critical Flurry, simply because that critically hits more. Like, if we get a critical charge, then it's going to crit, like, repeatedly. I just don't know, like, what else we're actually doing here. Like, throwing on poison just to have poison here. 2 stacks of poison is not that... It's not it. Let's just put it that way. If we re-roll this, then this becomes... What is it? Plus 10 damage? I should really know the other... Or is this critical throw? which would be eh. And then this becomes longer range. There's a lot of decisions that we got to make here. I think we're going to reroll. It's just plus 10 damage. That's still pretty good. We're going to take Unstable Circuitry, and we're going to try Vengewood. Having that smite is hopefully going to help us out. Is there a quest here for Vengewood? Oh, with 6 will reserve? That's not happening. Those are generally for your second book anyways. Alright. We're finally in the run. Apologies for all the explanations there. Though I hope that you'll either don't mind or enjoy that. So going back to the whole caffeine dealio. Reason I brought it up is because I've constantly been told by people that, one, energy drinks are poison, which I rightfully understand. And they tell me that coffee is so much better. And I'm like, well, I'll be perfectly honest with you. I'm not a fan of the taste of coffee. It feels like suffer in my mouth. And I don't like that. Like, I'm a very mouthfeel kind of guy. And so everyone was like, oh, well, you know what you should do? You should try cold brew. Because cold brew is because it's cold, it's it tastes different. And I'm like, okay, that's not entirely baseless. There's tons of other examples where, having something at a different temperature makes a difference. Namely pastas, right? Pastas taste different or have different mouthfeel when they are cold versus warm or hot. And so I'm like, okay, I'm going to try this cold brew coffee today. And so my work has a little canteen and they have a cold brew there. And I was like, all right, we're trying this stuff. And it tasted even worse, honestly. It might just be the brand that I got, but I just don't think that I like I think it's as simple as that. I don't like coffee. But, yeah, and for the cost that it would be just for me to, you guys are going to get smoked. You're resistant, though. How dare you? It is not allowed, illegal gameplay. So, I can always just be that guy who roids up his coffee, phrasing, fills it with cream and stuff in order to make it palatable. But I don't think that that's necessary. I don't think that that's what I want to do, because one, that of course incurs more cost, and coffee already costs more than energy drinks. Usually, not always the case. I think we can go Cleave here, actually. I like Jinx on Mosscloak a lot. I kind of want to grab Jinx. But Cleave, we can go kind of into the bleed. If we proc Hemo, then we can get a lot of bleed. And that could solve our issues. But Jinx, though. We're going to Jinx. It's also got some crit Augs in there. I don't know. I don't think that they're really good. What am I trying to say? Yeah, so coffee is more expensive than energy drinks, generally speaking. And it has, more caffeine, so it's worse for me. So even the people who are like, coffee's better for you than energy drinks, I understand that, from a concept, but it's not that much better. It's like saying that, parachuting without parachuting is dangerous, so you should just, like, you know, join a demo derby instead or something like that. I don't know. I'm going off the deep end with it, but I'm sure you guys get what I'm trying to say. You know what? We'll just bop you. Why not? Those smites are doing work. We just need more damage. Oh, man. Boop. Actually, you know what? Let's do this. Let's do this. My orb is down there. I don't think that it's something that I can get. I can stand here, though, and use my Vengeful, which isn't a bad play. It'll be a little weird, though. So to make sure that I can make it there, I think what I want to do is slash here. Pick up the orb. We are now in position, I think. Slash you again, Vengeful. That felt pretty good. Okay. This fight's pretty much over. I'm gonna go over the 1. A 2! Mr. Owl, how many crits does it take to get to the center of a juicy Tootsie Pop? I can actually outrange him, but there's a bomb there. That's pretty suffer, not gonna lie. If I can kill him though, there we go. So yeah, sorry, going back to the whole energy drink thing. So coffee costs more. I would have to make it cost even more in order to make it palatable for me. And it's more caffeine than energy drinks, depending on the energy drink. And it doesn't taste good. So, I mean, I don't know. I'm gonna just stay over here and keep drinking energy drinks. That said, on my days off, I generally don't drink energy drinks. That's when I drink the Dr. Pepper, which is significantly less caffeine, because I don't have to try to be alive. Do we want to put poison on this? I don't think that any of these are necessarily good for us. We could re-roll this, try and get Critical Flurry again. And then if we get Critical Assault, that'll help us out. I think we can afford that. We didn't get it at all. Okay, let's get some more damage. I'm down with that. Just looking at everything we got going on here. Yep, that's good for me. And there's our critical throw. There we go. Discounted Flurry seems nice as a good up tier, but not feeling it versus critical throw. That's exactly what we want. It's just a crit more often. Critical chance on Jinx. I think that we can get away with that. I actually kind of like that. And now we have completely sealed off one of our skills. So now when we get better Augs, they're going to be towards the skills that we actually want to be pivotal to our journey here. Do I need Glyph Globes? I could use them. We have Money Pot coming up. We have an Unstable Brew. Killing it should not be an issue. The Superior Vault would help with our bossing. Like, what do we honestly, like, really need that we would be willing to reroll it? Our purples, maybe? I would love to get damage per Jinx, or damage per Dread. I would love to see Free Flurry again. And I would love to see Evasive on Scavenger's Dash. Those would be the things that I would reroll for, but the chances of us missing all of those, very unlikely. So I think that we're good for a vestige here. Look at that crit now. Okay, maybe I judged Critical Throw too harshly. I liked it much better when it was plus 20 though, because if you are priming crits, it's nice to like pretty much guarantee that this sucker is gonna crit. Because then you get to prime Flurry more often, because it's pretty much the only other thing here. Alright, how are we doing all this though? How are we doing this at all? That's what I'm thinking. I'm thinking we're taking Unstable Brew now. You're dead. Get dead. I think we're going to hit here. And we're going to crit up. Oh my god, look at that. It's juicy. Mwah. And we're going to pick this up, even though it's not doing anything, because it's going to mean that we're going to unstable circuitry everything, and that just sets us up for this turn. We're just paying it forward. I'm willing to use 1 health per turn just to make sure that we get that going. Now, we would like to eventually get some ability power. Like, thankfully, we're getting magic power instead, which does scale our smites. But, well, we need some actual damage. We've got 7 Dread. So we're doing like half your health. I'm digging it. Oh my god. It's just too much. It is just too much. Let's, another crit is fine. Although, let's pick up this Porb. That gets close, and then we would be able to crit you. Jinxed doesn't quite kill you. Yeah, let's do that. Let's try and get as far up as we possibly can. It doesn't look like we get to go anywhere. So we'll reset our movement, hit this, and we'll wiggle up. Hit you. You guys get smote next turn. Oh no. These are all pretty good. Flameo just feels better due to the fact that we're probably going to scale into, like, we're already looking like we're scaling into magic power, but we're also trying to get, like, physical power. So Misery's Whip is something. It also is very good with Flurry, because it hits a lot of times. Flameo is just 13 damage to all enemies every turn, when we're already doing like 50 damage to all enemies every turn. That definitely adds up. Like, I don't think that there's a wrong option here, besides maybe Frozen Heart. Not that we can't use Frostbite, it's just that we don't have the defense to afford being hit. We could also re-roll here, but I think that the shop is going to be, like, very useful to us. No reason to do that. I'm going to go ahead and do Flameo, because there's a lot of stuff that can interact with Burn. We're just going to keep grabbing magic power, I guess. 30% crit chance on Jinx? Is that crazy? we'd only be able to get one stat of like damage per dread. You know what? Screw it. I'm willing to do it. We don't actually use it that often, so we might as well like using it. I definitely see after image here. We're already trying to critically hit. Like this just means that we hit more criticals. And it helps out Flurry, which currently sucks at critting. Otherwise, Poison Vapor is still good. I would say that Poison Vapor would still be a very good pick here. We're just not looking at it, if that makes any sense. I'm wondering if we instead take the Sea Breach, because we're looking great. I feel like we're looking great. Are we, though? Can we kill Lusk like this? I think so. Like, Jinx is very good for Lusk. We're going to take a Sea Breach. Give me my fish. Lucky Horseshoe is perfect. I legitimately think that we're using that on Lusk here. I love it. Okay, is there any reason why we don't meet in the middle? Like, the number one thing that scares me is that we're going to hit Jinx. 100%. Like, that's the only thing that I hate here, so we're definitely not being brief. We can take 3 random augments for uncommon, because I honestly don't give a shit, like, what happens to the other skills. It's just Jinx. After image would be nice to, like, get some good stuff on it, but I don't know, like, that would be the reason why we would prefer meet in the middle, is because we still kind of want to build into these other skills here. Being able to just eliminate another augment, though, means that going into book 2, we're pretty much just putting the augments that we want on literally everything, because we can always reroll to get the augment that we want. And that is pretty powerful. Especially coming up here, we're going to get access to purple. What does purple do? Purple gives us evasive on the dash. It gives us critical charges on the dash. It gives us, I believe, additional critical charges and evasive on after image, if I remember correctly. Actually, I believe additional critical charges is blue. What's the other purple? Negative cooldown? I don't know. Purple is free flurry. Like, all these things that we want. Yo! 1 stack of evasive. We're gonna need that for the squid. Okay, looking at our damage output and our lack of crit here, we probably should have taken the Lucky Horseshoe Crab. We're taking a lot of damage now. We'll go ahead and we'll use it. Perfect. Not much we can do. We're going to take some damage. And of course, that smite coming in real handy. Can we get the 2 of you? Nope, doesn't look like it. Okay. So we're just going to position ourselves so that we're also hitting Lusk with all of these. There we go. Perfect. I keep forgetting that mark disables at the end of the turn, so that was not the best play. We can still get a payout here. Starting to think maybe we should have went to that shop. Not quite. There we go. And again, that's primarily just so that we get our smite this turn. Which almost does enough to just kill everything. Good lord. Hold up. There was a good play here. This will give us an evasion. I think that's what we want. So we're going to go ahead and do this. Oh, we're not going to get that. I just realized I miscounted our will again. So we're going to do that. We might actually die here. Good thing we did 20 minutes of discussion. Talking about cold brewed coffee and the like. I don't think that we're dying here, famous last words. I think that we're okay. It's certainly gonna be tight though. Give me that. Okay, we've got the crit on Jinx. We love to see it. And that's pretty much just a win. There we go. Dread Harvest. That's exactly what we want to see this early. Let's go ahead and check this. Make sure that we get... Look at that. Look at that. It's perfect. That's our ticket out of here. All right.
Hello, young Quill.
Critical damage seems pretty good here. Okay, we need to get to the end of this with 5 ability power, or 5 magic power. That's doable, especially if we hit a shop. I think we need a vault. Gave us a crimson quillfish. It's a thing. A mercurial is pretty good. Okay, so I just need to farm kills with this bad boy. This is kind of a problem. Just doing some math here. This is doing 66. That leaves you with 63. I'm kind of a freak. I think I'm willing to do that. I gave you damage resistance. So we're gonna have to hit you. Take 5 damage if we want that. I'm not sure I want it that bad. But I also kind of do. I don't know. Alright, give me a Mercurial. Shift me through here. Not quite. We have no damage. McFly, you can't go on water without no power. Alright. Puts you pretty close. That pot has me scared for my life because it's about to hit globally for 10. Not sure that I can handle that sort of damage. Getting hit for that much, huh? Okay. We need to deal quite a bit of damage here. Okay. We managed to get 4 stacks of dread. So Jinx is actually dealing some damage. Actually kind of willing to do Deceitful Runes, but I also like Swift Hair, because that's going to bring After Image down most likely. it might just actually get us out of here alive. This has to be a heal. That is indeed a heal. Let's go. Saved by RN Jesus. Praise be. Shielding dash is one of the things that we're looking for. The other thing that we would try to do here is reroll, because quickening image would we wouldn't have to do that, because quickening image would be our highest cooldown, so it's always going to reduce itself by 1. But I think we desperately need defense, so shielding dash is where we're going to go. And give me another one of these, please. I was thinking that I did want a shop straight away, but since we got the 25 heal, feeling pretty good. Additional binding gains a critical charge. Is that good? Is that good? Like, I suppose it's pretty good because it'll hit the 2 things that we want to hit, so long as flurry or throw. Like, one thing should have a crit between the 2 of these. So then after image would just take care of the other one. On your turn, gain 1 shuriken. Doesn't seem bad. Being able to scavenger's dash twice. Or get that CDR we were talking about. It's probably the CDR, actually. Let's do it. I'm not afraid. My Dread Harvest has 4 stacks. You cannot stop me. I flew a little close to the sun for it, but it was worth it. Can I just, like, destroy you guys? Oh, heck yeah, we can. Don't even need the crits. Get out of my sight. You know what? Give me a power orb. Feeling pretty good about that. And Swift Hair is taking care of our cooldowns, like, pretty dang well. This is kind of a situation, though. We can after image. It'll give us 2 stacks of evasion. I think this is a Jinx right here, or right here. We just got to get over there. Can we hit 2 of you? We can. Perfect. Grab the orb, wiggle. Magic Pixel exists. You can't take this from me. You piece. Magic Pixel! No! Fine. We'll do this instead. Okay. So I think what we're doing here, we're going to auto attack this gentleman right here. Use after image. We're safe. Actually, if I could manage to hit the both of you, that would make me feel very happy. So let's after image first. Even though it's probably going to hit, yep. Nope. Unless... Oh, we did it. Magic Pixel does exist. Alright, we're really hoping, like super hoping, that we get some cooldown reduction here. Otherwise, we could kill all these bats. Eat 10? Oof. It's not fun. No es bueno. I think that's our line here, though. is just be safe. Unless we don't be safe. I don't think that's what we're doing though. Bring me a little bit this away. Swift hair did pop. Gonna just hit you to hit you and then get the heck out of here. We're gonna take 10. Not much we can do about that. But now we got Jinx, and all the spicy dudes are pretty much lined up. Look at that. Look at that. You guys have more health though, so I prefer to do that over here. Give me my cooldowns. Are you... I can't escape everything, can I? I'm gonna have to get hit by something. That's a little suffer. Alright. Well, I mean, what else are you gonna do? I'm gonna go for the least amount of damage, obviously. Rude. Get smote. And... okay. Just pick up this orb. Okay, we really need a source of healing. Death Scythe is kind of funny. Might as well with the Dread Harvest. Ringleader's Hat is also very interesting. It means that we'll no longer hemorrhage damage from the, what am I trying to say? We will no longer hemorrhage damage from overstimulated. In fact, we'll get a will from it, which is nice because if we're going to cast Dread as much as possible, we kind of want that. Stone Pitch Pipe, also pretty freaking good, honestly, because it just means that we're going to be able to use After Image more often. After Image and Dread, that's our entire game plan right now. I feel like I should... what's over here? This is heals. I would love to have taken that crit chance, but not of those options. I guess Strengthening Dash, it doesn't really help Jinx, but Jinx doesn't really need that much help anymore. Otherwise, what is this blue? Yeah, that saves us will. Okay. So then the question is do we do Death Scythe? Death Scythe for just a ton of max HP. We might be able to just overheal and then have a ton of health for the final boss. Or do we take Stone's Pitch Pipe and hope that that allows us to solidify our defenses here? Because if we use After Image enough, we're going to be just fine. It also gives us will. Like, it's a lot of damage. I'm going to go ahead and take Stone Pitch Pipe. Now, what goodies do we have here? Gain a critical charge. Do we really need to? Like, I guess we do some damage. but I'd rather just, you know, be able to use Flurry more. This also deals some damage, so it'll help us quite a bit with bats if we run into them right now. Because the hope is that we're going to have enough critical charges. This does not already give us a critical charge. Um, hmm. I certainly don't think that we take nothing. I mean, I guess it's overkill, but we'll take Deadly Dance. It was probably the right move was Shurikens though. I'm dying. I would like to go to the refuge. Unstave helps. Urmong's egg. Could we actually pull that off? Would a random purple even be good for us? I think that I prefer the unstave. I think that's gonna save us quite a bit of health. Oh my god, it was delayed. I was like, excuse me. That would have really knotted my knickers. What is going on? It's a patch dropping? This is odd. Is there a way to see my ping? My ping is 40 ms. Server's chugging? Okay. That worked pretty well. Probably should have dealt some damage in here while I was there. Trying to think about how I handle this now. Okay. That's pretty good. Excuse me, that is Pot City. I don't like it. We have now also accidentally put you into rampage range. Excuse me, I would like to reduce my highest cooldown, please. This is a problem. This is a lot of phasing casters. Hoy vey, okay. Problem is that you have phasing. So we're going to wiggle over here. Bop you once. We're going to blow you up. You're not close enough. That is enraging. Well, fine, you guys are dying. I need this. Give me that. A dash up here. And can we hit like all three of you like this? That is perfect. Because we have already upset you, so we might as well deal more damage to you. Oh my lord. That smite is probably going to save our lives. Oh. Okay, I understand. Oh, jeez. That one was rough. I don't know how we could have played that better. On your turn, gain 3 stacks of stealth. That's a lot of damage. Like, a lot of damage. Conduit of Hybridized Ages gives us more whittle, which means that we get to, like, throw stuff at people more, but otherwise it's... Like, we can synergize it with a crit and Dread Harvest to deal, like, just a truck ton of damage. That's really about it. I'm feeling like Emerald Leaf is our way to go here, simply because it gives us a lot of upfront damage. And it's on our turn too. I actually wonder, hold up, does this hit with Smite? We're going to have to figure that out. If that hits on our Smite at the start of the turn, holy lord, it'd be great. We are going to heal again. Do I think that's enough healing for Captor? Because we see +1 shielding here, which means that we stop hemorrhaging from overstimulated. No, give me life. I don't want to put one of these on here. So we're going to inflict some bleed because reasons. Take me to the Carver's Refuge. I need to heal again. I got bopped. On critting, inflict 10 stacks of poison. Pretty good. I also really like Defense Matrix, but then Unstable Circuitry just stops working entirely. I think it's Trader's Dagger, honestly. Like, this is quite a lot of poison, so long as we can reliably crit, which we have, like, everything built into us critting. Willing to take that. Heal me. Then we'll take the rest of this into the final shop. Oh, did we get the magic power? We did not. Keck W. Is there just some magic power here? Huh? No. Okay. Okay, game. Give me this Crimson Quillfish. We're gonna need all the help that we can get. Okay. You guys are dead. You guys are dead. I like taking out a rhino. We should be able to take out everything, famous last words. And if not, we have our after image. I'm gonna take this to get our smite. Unfortunately, this is gonna use one of our charges of stealth. Oh, I saw it. There we go. Seems pretty good. Seems pretty good. Let's crit with all these on the boss. Just to get that 40 poison on there as well. And we have already... Did we use After Image? If we did, we got it back. It's kind of nice. And I guess we're just going to hit a bat. Yep. Okay. How much damage did that do? 130. Yeah, I think it's adding to our smite. Remember when I said that we want to get some actual damage on our smite? There it is. Okay, give me a power orb here. And we can't really... Oh, we can nuke the boss. Hold up. Hold up. There we go. That's a phase, which is good because it'll bring everybody up when we are about to smite the world. They can prepare to get smote. You're done. Oh, you shielded. How could you do that to me? After I went through all the trouble of making this sweet build for you. I'm very concerned about pots and auto attackers, so we are going to take care of pots and or auto attackers. And give me some evasion. And I can't really hit you. So let's put some poison on the boss then. You're done due to poison. We're about to smite everything again. So this bat is done now. For real. And I'll be honest, I think that we can just win. Yeah, we can just win. Pick this up. Swoop. Badoop. Jinx, people. This really isn't what we are looking for. We could lose a whole ton of damage to put it into poison. I think I would rather Relentless Barrage, but I would honestly rather none of these. So go ahead and reroll. Okay, now I am willing to take Poison Shot because it does the same amount of damage. And, you know, just adds free poison. And some crit chance, which is nice. That's pretty good. We just accidentally became a poison build. This, I think, is going to be evasive. because we need more evasion in our kit. And then I think that our next we're going to take this flurry here. And we're fully kitted out. Look at this. Looking so slick. Hmm. Hmm. Okay, I think I understand. I'm gonna hit you with that. You didn't get the crit, so we're gonna go ahead and give us the crit. Somebody set us up the crit, and they're done. You know what? Yeah. Yeah, we will. Okay. It's looking pretty good. Can throw another one out there. Thinking we're looking at one of these. Like, good lord, that's a poison shot, guys. It's doing that much damage. You're done due to poison. I mean, can we prime a crit for the other guy? No. Doesn't really matter because we're just gonna dread harvest him. Blap. These are all pretty funny. At this point, I could see dropping Flameo for any one of these. It might be Armored Porcupine. Did we end up grabbing, oops, that shielding? We did not. So Armored Porcupine would protect us from overstimulated and give us some spiked because we know that we're going to take some hits. I don't know. Don't think that's necessarily the case. Reroll me on that one. T for 2? Carnival Candy would give us upfront damage. I don't think that it would last long enough for Orgaloth. It would give us 10 at the start, right? Like, that's a pretty big dread. Malform Tracing might be interesting. We have some free abilities, some prepared abilities. We would be able to get another Will a turn off this. I could see that. What are we getting rid of, though? Flameo? On your turn, smite all enemies? Like, that would almost just replace Unstable Circuitry, honestly. I can get behind this. Another 130 damage smite to all enemies. Regardless if we set up Unstable. Yeah. Yeah, I can see that being better than Flameo. Not by much, but better. I almost want to heal here. But I'm not sure because it's blue, purple, No, 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 no. It's green, blue, purple. So we could buy a green, right? Because they're like 130 or 70. Keep forgetting what the costs here are. We can come back to this, right? You're sure it can deal plus 10 damage? I do not agree. I want it to be free. Because that just means more tossing for poison. Let's take a look over here. Okay, we're not buying anything over here. Baylor's tongue in the shop is pretty feels bad, man. So we can afford a heal. So that means that we could actually afford to reroll this. For something spicy, like plus 60% crit damage. Or plus 10 burn down. We got rid of Flame Yell. That doesn't do anything. So, yeah, I'm willing to settle for this. It's pretty good. Alright, this is going to end up being like probably after Argoloth. Somewhere close to 1 hour 20 minutes. Apologies for the long run. Again, hopefully my caffeine addiction, or lack thereof, was interesting discussion. Oh no. Oh no, we didn't roll any crits. This is the worst. Well, we're getting auto-attacked, so we might as well use this. And we might as well use this. And then we might as well use this. Almost phased you. I kind of scuffed this up. I should have grabbed the orb first. We're going to have to just have it be scuffed this first turn. We're not taking any damage. That feels pretty good. We can leave this for next turn. Alright, we're going to dash across here. Because you've got some poison on you. It's going to do some stuff. Poison's going to take care of you. We can go ahead and leave this. We're not taking any damage. We don't want the... Oh, it was the smite. We should have dealt a little bit more damage. Because now we're sitting here looking like idiots. I'm going to do that. And then you know what? We're going to dash. Do it again. Because that's going to set up 2 smites. Jeez, Mosscloak. Your counselor lets you have 2 smites? All the tentacles are up. Unfortunately, they all have a crap ton of resistance. The fact that I can't hit the 2 of you guys is a travesty. You have no defense though, so this is going to do more damage. So we want you guys marked, actually. Go ahead, mark you guys up. Hit you with the crit. Oof. It's almost a full phase. You'll love to see it. Okay, what else is going on here? I guess I could like walk up here and do this, which would add a ton of poison. A little weird otherwise, but what else are you gonna do? Go ahead, take this. Give me a power orb, and then let's just wiggle out of that. We don't necessarily want to be in that at all. This is free. Hit the 2 of you. We go back a bit. Hit the 2 of you again. That's just a lot of damage. Even with all their resistances. Let's remember to pick this up. And I think we're gonna go over bully this tentacle. If we could also hit you, that'd be great, but it doesn't look like that's in the cards. Okay, we're just gonna go bully this tentacle for a bit. You want some of this poison too, I know it. You're going to phase. So let's get a little bit more crits out there. Hope that swift hair gives us something good. Of course not. Don't know what I expected. Oh, swift hair gave us a flurry with nothing on it. Okay, this is looking good. This isn't critting though, I don't like that. We have ways to make you crit. First we're gonna do this, that was enough. Okay. Jinx, baby. It's the true chef's kiss skill. I'm willing to walk all the way up here. There's really no reason not to. And then just go ahead and give me one of these. That'll block most of our incoming damage. And this is going to crit, so it's going to add a lot of poison. And this run's pretty much done. We just need our orb, and then we jinx something. Oh, and look at that. It's critting. Look at this. Oof. Chef's kiss. All right. I'd say that was a pretty fun build. Apparently stacking two, like enough critical charges. Like, in my opinion, that was an absurd amount of critical charges. But we ended up making it work, mainly because of Dread Harvest. Dread Harvest, I think, definitely carried us that run. It made things a little spicy towards the middle, but it was all worth it in the end. And we ran by a lot of stats and spent a lot of money on healing. It was all worth it, like 100%. The Emerald Leaf into Smite synergy is definitely something new. I really like that. And having Swift Hair and Stone Stitch Pipe, also pretty interesting. Kind of like that combination too. So we learned a lot of like little things today to put into our playbook. I this is gonna sound insane after watching that run. I still don't think that crit is is good. Like I said, we were carried by Dread Harvest. I don't know how we would have been able to survive through this with anything else. Like maybe we would have taken Poison Vapor and just done like poison, but then we would have to have relied on actually having enough defense to survive the enemy turn. I don't think that we would have been able to do that. I'm just saying. I'm just saying. Like, I don't know. Everything worked out though, and that's a good thing. Let's go ahead and just throw another one of those out there, and a little Cinder Pog. Anyways, hopefully the run was entertaining or at least enjoyable or educational. Sorry, and enjoyable. And if you have any feedback whatsoever, be it questions, comments, concerns, misplay alerts, be sure to leave that down in the comments below. And until next time, I'll catch you guys around.